Let's continue with this 42 sections. In this chapter, it's section 12, totally, in the Sutra, totally there are 20 difficulties. And we don't have that much time to talk about all of them, so I pick up some. Maybe you are interested in some other difficulties, but you're welcome to Google it. I think you'll be able to find it. Okay, totally 20 of them is just a whole lot. Okay, and the purpose for this sutra is the Buddha mentioned about some situation is kind of difficult for us to practice his teaching, but it's not definitely for everyone because people are different. For person A, maybe it's difficult, but for person B, well, if he made up his mind, he's determined, he wants to go through, want to overcome these difficulties, sometimes he'll be able to achieve his goal, will be able to overcome these difficulties. So it's not definitely absolute difficult for everyone. Okay, so it depends. All right, let's go to the first one. First one, it is difficult to give when one is poor. We all agree, right? Here, when we talk about giving, means to offer material, the goods, the money. Do you remember what are the other two offerings? Dharma, teaching, yes. Fearlessness, yes. Good, very good. For example, that people are in trouble and they're so scared, and you just kind of talk to them and let them release their fear, and then you'll be able to help this person. But now this one we are talking about, we often give money or goods, material-wise. So we all know how hard it is because sometimes we are not, our life, sometimes we have bumps, okay? So here I have this story I want to share with you. During Buddha's time, there is this very, very poor couple, nothing in the house, and all they have is one pant. And in India, the pen means one piece of cloth. So they just cover yourself up, okay? So when it's time to go out to beg for food, for example, today is the husband's turn. So he will take this pant with him. And when he comes back, then both of them will share the food. If it's the turn of the wife, then the wife will cover herself with this piece of cloth and go out and do the business. And when she comes back, then they share the food. So poor, can you believe? Poor. And we all know in our life, we need all kind of things we need to survive, a daily life. Do you know where does that come from? For example, you have food, you'll be able to buy food, you'll be able to buy clothes, you have able to buy all the stuff you need for your daily life. Do you know where does it come from? How come you can have all this stuff? How come this couple has nothing?
Resources, money, karma.
Yeah, where does it come from? The karma, what kind of karma?
If you cultivated good karma in previous lives, you will have more in a subsequent.
Okay, what kind of karma? Okay, it comes out from our.
Good karma.
Of course, it's a good dana, offering. So this is the right view, okay, one of the right view. If you guys have no problem, you can have whatever you need and you don't be poor as this couple. So that means in the previous life, or including this life, you practice offering to other people. The more you give, the better you're going to get. It's the cause and effect. This is what we have to know. This is one of the right view. Okay, right view. If someone is so rich, that means in the previous life they offer a whole bunch. It's not that the God give it to them, but I don't know, other religion. But in Buddhism, that's what we said. The life is continuous for a long, long time, life after life after life. It's all accumulated. If you practice dana from years, lives ago, then for this life, you're going to have a pretty good life because you're going to have all kinds of things you need. And for this couple, because in their previous lives, they never give. So they are so poor, but they practice the precepts. That's why they can be a human being again. Remember we talked about cause and effect?
Yeah.
You want to be a human being, you better practice, observe what? 5 precepts. That's your passport, come back as a human being, okay? So this couple, they practice the precept, but they don't practice any offering. That's why they're so poor. So because of their conditions like that, one time, one of the practical Buddha passing their house, and he knows about their situation and he wants to help. So he talked to them, explained to them why they become so poor, only 1 pence. And so they understand. Finally, the husband listened to this and he decided, okay, I'm going to do, this is my last chance. Maybe I'm going to give him my offering. But what left? Only 1 pence. And it was dirty and it was worn out, but that's the only thing they got. So then the wife said, okay, whatever you say, if you say so, okay, I agree. Okay, but how are we going to go out and do the begging? Just do it. Okay, let's just offering. So he gave this pant to this Pradika Buddha. And so the Pradika Buddha gave it to Shakyamuni Buddha. At that time, Shakyamuni Buddha was giving the Dhamma talk to a whole bunch of people. So Pradika Buddha gave it to the Shakyamuni Buddha, and so the Buddha said, well, they have great merit. Remember why? We talk about the field. When you're offering to whoever, there are 3 kinds of field. You still remember? First one is, right, think about that. We talk about that. You help some people, they are needed. It's called compassion field. You offer to the Sangha, the Dharma, the teachers is respect field. And you offer to someone they helped you in the previous situation, that is called grateful field. So there are 3 kinds of field. So when you give this stuff to the Buddha, it's called, what kind of field is that? Respect field. So then the Buddha said they are going to get great merit. On top of that, it's a great field also. That's the only thing they have. In the whole world, that's the only thing they got. And they're willing to give, to offer it. So that's not that easy. See? Some people at that point, maybe still they want to cling to the pants, right? And that's the only thing they got, and they're willing to give it up. So at that time, the king was there, also listened to Buddha's talk. And when he listened to this, he was moved, but he was also ashamed, because in his country, under his ruling, he has this kind of people in his country. He feels so ashamed. So he sent people to send all the foods, all the clothes, or whatever they need to his house, to this couple's house. So then, see, right away, you have cause, right? You have effect right away. He got this good stuff from other people. They help them. So then they'll be able to survive. And they realize that they wanted to listen to the Buddha's teaching. So they started to learn about the meditation, about the cause effect, about the origination, about the truth of our life. And they practice. So that's why they attend the first realization is called the Sotapanna. So this is just to tell us, no matter how difficult, human being always got the potential, got this chance to change their life, to be able to practice something good. So this is the first difficult. Okay, let's take a look at the second one. Okay, the second difficulty that I chose was when the people is very rich, got a whole bunch of money and status. Nowadays, the millionaire in America, can you name some?
Elon Musk.
Okay,
Elon Musk,
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
okay,
Bill Gates.
yes.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, all of them, right? All of them. They have their wealth and everything because for sure in the past they do something very good, offering and plus some other stuff. And plus their hard work from this life. Okay, if they work hard, they won't be so developed. The business is also booming. But are they busy? Do they have time to come to listen, to find out what is the truth of their life? No, they don't. They're busy dealing with the meetings, gathering, how to improve my business, things like that. They're busy with that, and also surrounded by all the greediness and desire. So that's why it's difficult for people. They are wealth and got status. But look at Gautama Siddhartha. He was a prince. He got whatever need. He got whatever he wants. But he looked at this glory and wealth as dust. He does not look at it like, oh, this is the one I want. This is my final goal. No. He gave it up. He wants to find out about the truth. And that's why it's called a renunciation. And he, you guys all know, he became a monk and started to practice ascetic for 6 years and finally gave it up and started to practice middle way. And eventually he attained the enlightenment. And after that, of course, he continued to practice all those 6 paramitas. So be able to benefit others and benefit himself and become a Buddhahood. Okay, so he's a human being. He's like you and me. If he can do that, we can do that too, right? So one day when you guys are millionaire, okay, tell yourself, I can also find out the truth. I can do something to help other people because I got so much money. I can do a lot of things to help other people too. Okay, so of course this is difficult, but we can do that. You can do that. No, because he's a human being. I'm a human being. If he can do that, I can do that. Encourage yourself to do this. Okay, so I just give you this story of Shakyamuni Buddha. Now let's do the third one. It's difficult not to slight those who have not yet studied. That means not yet study means those people are beginners. Okay, beginners. So Buddha wants us to respect everybody around us, everyone in this whole world. We respect everyone. And the following four, especially, he said not to look down on them. The first one is the small fire. You all know the saying, a single spark can start a huge blaze. I think you all heard about that. Years ago in northeast China, happened to have this wildlife burning for months because of one guy. He threw the cigarette butt. So it's a small fire, right? Okay, so don't think it's nothing. Sometimes it causes a lot of trouble. So on our day life, in our kitchen, in our house, in the kitchen, you have to be very careful. Turn off all the gas and don't smoke there, or even go to the gas station. It's very dangerous in gas station, right? So it could cause something bad to happen. So that's the small fire. Be careful not to neglect them. Number two is the young dragon. You know, dragon, they are unpredictable. They could be rage and then can turn upside down everything. In China, I remember when it's drought, you don't have any water. You just praise, and to the dragon. Hopefully, the dragon will start to rain and started to fill up all the rivers. So the dragon, if there's a small dragon, try not to despise the small dragon. Okay, so it can overturn the river and the sea. And the third one is the young prince. Now in this whole world, how many small princes are there? A whole bunch of them. Maybe one of them could become a great king and will maybe very good to this whole world. Who knows? But try not to look down on them. And the little novice, there's this one is the important to our Buddhism. The little novice, they just started maybe 7 or 8 years old. They go to the temple and become a small monk. And don't look down on them. You never know. One day they become a great master. Okay, so these 4 things, try not to look down them. So here I give you some example. Okay, some people, they're really humble. They respect everyone. Here is this venerable, he's in China, in Taiwan. And we call him Cihang, Dharma master. And he flee from communist China to Taiwan. And during late 1940s to 1950s, so many young monks, they freed the communist one. And at that time, there is no place to allow them to go to the temple. So Cihang Fashi, the venerable Cihang, he took them in and provide them the house, the place to live, and the food to eat, and also teach them, give them chance to continue to study. And he also does not think, I am the one, I help you guys. He think this way. The young monks are the future of Buddhism. He needs to help them. He's the only one there for them. And so sometimes he called every single one of his students Dharma master. Okay, he does not call them, oh, you guys, listen. No, he just called them master, respect all of them. And then the other example is in Lotus Sutra. If you read the Lotus Sutra, probably you'll be able to read this contempt-free Bodhisattva. And this young monk, whenever he meets someone, he always vows to them. Because he said, I don't dare despise any of you because you are all Buddhas. In other words, you guys are all future Buddha. Every single one got the chance to become a Buddha. If you have practice and you cultivate yourself, follow the Buddha's teaching, you will be, every single one of you in the future become a Buddha. So that's why they always do this. So if we can learn from this contempt-free Bodhisattva, then it is not difficult not to despise the young and the beginners. Okay, so we can do that. Okay, then go to the fourth one. It is difficult to meet a good and a wise advisor. You all know about, from your age, I can tell you all have a lot of teachers, right? Growing up, a whole bunch of teachers teach English, mathematics, physics, philosophy, this and that. Maybe you have a lot of professors and help you to get your PhD degree, blah, blah, blah. So you have been met a lot of teachers. But here, when we talk about the advisor, we are talking about this kind of advisor is teaching us how to get out of the samsara. So it's not just the mundane world, it's a super mundane world. Okay, want us to become enlightened. So it's not that just the regular teacher. Okay, so here it says in Buddhism, main responsibility of advisor is to teach disciples how to eradicate the evil deeds and cultivate the wholesome deeds, how to be out of samsara and strive for the enlightenment. So this is their main responsibility. So this is different kind of advisor, different kind of teacher. I don't know if you guys met one or not yet. In your life, maybe you'll be able to find one. Nowadays, how do you to find a teacher? Google? Right? Is it easy to find? Okay, to be a teacher, advisor will be able to show you all this, to do good, not to do bad, not to stick to the bad stuff and do good things. Do you think you're satisfied with any teacher will show you the way to help you to free from all defilements? Did you find one yet? Yes? No? Okay. Anyone? Find one that is satisfied. It's very difficult. Yes, Stacy.
I found one.
You found one already. Oh, you're lucky one.
Very wrong.
Yeah, very Hong Yi. You're right. He really very
I'm very lucky.
good for you. And when you have this nice advisor, you need to have the chance to be close to this teacher. If you do Google or Zoom, it's so far away, you cannot really observe. Maybe you can listen to the teaching, but you can really observe their behavior, how they talk, how they eat, how do they teach. It's very, very important. You'll be able to close, if you can close to this advisor, to this teacher, then you'll be able to observe. You see how he talk to people. How does he eat? When he eats, okay, how does he do that? You'll be able to observe. So it's very, very important, not just from the teaching, from the verbal teaching. Okay, yes.
Thank you for that, Wise. My sense is that we can observe people in ordinary life walking about doing the things that we do, and we can observe the consequences of what they do and what we do. And it's that curiosity about how things are going in life, and somehow or other, when we are able to move into that space of being, it expands, and we find teachers as you here who help us in that moment find something that keeps us going. And so the whole world is a stage, and it's a place of learning and growing and being. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful to be able to come here. I'm so grateful to be able to see the little children and the wisdom that they have within them before they have been socialized in the difficulties that we all experience. But, thank you.
Thank you for the comment. Yes, that's the true experience from your life. You'll be able to see all this. So it's very, very important to really see and feel and very close to your teacher. I believe when you're doing your PhD degree, you have to be with your professor almost day and night, right? Right? So that's how it goes. And same thing, if we want to be out of this samsara, is harder than that. And if you can have someone, you find someone that you can be close to this teacher. And it's not only that you can just see the outside phenomenon, you can also see the true practice, how your teacher is doing their stuff. It's that important. So here, this sutra is called Flower Adornment Sutra. I can just pronounce it as what I like. Avatam Saga, okay? And in that sutra, there is this young, I think he was a monk too, youthful, it's called youthful Sudana 53 Reliance. It's a story, it's a very interesting story, because this person, he wants to practice Bodhisattva. He wants to become enlightened, and he wants to help other people. And why he calls this Sudana, it means very rich. So in his previous life, he did a lot of dana, a lot of offerings. So when he was born, his house, his parents' house, all of a sudden comes a whole bunch of treasures. That's why he called this. His name comes from this. And of course, his treasure and goodies all comes out from the right action. So this kind of treasure is good. It's not you steal or you rob. It's not the kind of treasure. And so when he wants to find out how am I going to practice Bodhisattva, so he went to find the teachers. And luckily in India, ancient India, he met this Manjushri, this Bodhisattva told him, okay, you can start from here and go south and you'll be able to meet somebody. And remember, all your teacher you met, they all have their own skilled and have their own convenient way of teaching. It's called, I think you heard about this, upaya. Okay? So if you go out, you want to visit the teacher, the way you do it, you need to let go of your ego. Don't be arrogant, and you think you're right. Some others are wrong. You are the correct one, or not to be conceited, and so you has to be humble, and don't look at other people's shortcomings. Always look at their good side. That's the Bodhisattva told him. How are you going to find? So then he started his journey. Go to the first, and then the first said, "Oh, this is the way I practice, and but I'm not the perfect one. There are somebody else. He's good at his way. You go visit him." So that's why he got one after another. So finally, totally, he got this 53 visit. And when you go to visit, he not only just visit, he observe and close to those advisors for a while, for a period of time. And when he finished, he learns whatever he wants, then he moves to the next one. Because then this one will say, I am not the perfect one. There is someone who is good. You can go visit them. So that's a totally 53 visits. So he went from East ancient India all the way down to the south and then back. So totally he met 53 teachers. And so in the end, he collect all those teachings. And including all different professions. The monk, lay person, man and woman, totally. Doesn't matter what kind of language they'll talk about or what kind of profession they're good at. He collect all the teachings. And so as long as these teachings can purify the mind, he will take it. Okay? So that's why he has to work so hard to find the teacher. Nowadays, I think we don't do that, right? Anyone do that? No, I guess not, because we all drive. We don't walk around the country. We drive. We have freeway. We got everything fast, and then a lot of things we can Google. We Google this, we Google that. I myself, I Google a lot too. But for teacher, first in California, I went to a temple, and somebody told me about this master. So when I got to Los Angeles, when I got chance, I go visit his temple and I listen to his Dharma talk, and he talk about the Diamond Sutra and talk about a whole bunch of how the Buddhism's way of thinking, what is the right view a person should be. So I appreciate his teaching, and I want to know more about Buddhism, okay? And he's a very, very good teacher, and I stay with him sometimes, and I went to his temple, and I stayed there, and I saw him cooking. He cooked himself. He will cook all the vegetarian and stuff, and then very happy. Every time when I go there, every time, he shows so happy, and he finished his talking, and he finished all the teaching. Okay, time to eat, and then he'll go to the kitchen, and okay, he will cook this, and we sit down and have the meal. And afterwards, then I wash the dishes, do the dishes and everything. And I look at him. He's always very happy, peace. Okay, once in a while I can see him get mad. Okay, once in a while I will see him really get mad and I say, "Oh, okay, what happened?" So then I know under certain kind of situation, he'll be able to deal with some kind of problem. But if that's the something really against the rule of Buddhism, then he will really get mad. He said, shouldn't be like that. He will criticize, he will do that. And to me, I think this is okay for our ordinary people to like that. So apparently, I know he's not enlightened yet, right? You can tell. But still, he could be my teacher because he knows much better than me and he behave much better than me. Okay, he's not like me, happy and then mad and then just up and down all the time. So still, he's my good teacher. So it's a good experience for me to learn how to put the Dharma into our daily life. You can observe this master, how his daily life, how does he handle the things. And so it's my first Buddhist teacher, and really give me. I appreciate he's a very wise person, very knowledge about this Dharma, and he can talk, and he can write. He's really good. Okay, he's really good. That's why I think I am lucky to know this monk. And he came here a couple times. Okay, but now he's gone. Okay, and so right now my great teacher is Jinghai Fashi. You know him. He's our founder, the one that retired. He's different from the other. Okay, he's so different. He's always calm, always calm. Nothing really. I rarely see him really get mad like that. No, I never see him like that. He's always calm. And he never want to compete with other people. He's very high rank. He's in his 90s, I was told he's in his 90s. And he is, compared to other monks, if you go out to have some kind of assembly and gathering together, he's supposed to be the most senior, okay? But other people, they sometimes they don't know him. They will walk or sit in front of him. He's like, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. He never cared. Okay, whatever you guys say, where I should sit, I will sit there. He never wants to compete or wants to be the top one and the first one. No, he never wants to be like that. That's why I observe. He never ever, okay, 20, 30 years I've been here. I never see him, wants to compete with other people. I am the first one. I am supposed to be the first one. I need to go first. Okay, you follow me. He never said that. And so look at him now. His life is not that comfortable because they are coming out from a very poor village in China. And he grew up in wartime. He's been through a whole bunch difficult time. And when he came to Taiwan, at that time, communists got many spies in Kuomintang. Okay, so sometimes the government will took them. They say, okay, those monks, they are very dangerous. They are spies. They are communist spies. So many of he and his schoolmates were put in behind the bar for a couple of days. And of course, those are false accusations. And so he's been through all that. And there is no nice place for them to stay for a long time. No, they just move from here and to there and there and to there. And finally, he graduated from the college, the Buddhist college, and he's like, in his 30s, and he's like, okay, what am I going to do with my life? And there comes this chance, Thailand, there's I cannot remember the name. It's a very famous college for Buddhism, Academy Buddhism. Got a chance for they can exchange the students. So he applied for that because nobody wants to go. So he's the one, okay, he applied and he got, okay, so he went to Thailand. Our retired abbot, he went to Thailand to study years. And after that, he went to Japan to get his master degree. And very difficult for him too, And finally, he finished all his career one and academic one. And he said, okay, I'm going back to Taiwan. And at that time, someone invited his schoolmate, invited him to America. And for him, he has a very rough time too, okay? He went to New York first and then find out the New York, they don't want to keep Dharma talk. What they want is, okay, you guys come and you can pray and I can worship you. Those kind of stuff is not true Buddhism. So he left there. And he said, okay, I would like to teach. I'm going to find some place I can teach the Buddhism and want to spread the Buddhism. If I cannot find anywhere, then I'll go back to Taiwan to teach. And so he decided, okay, he gave up the Boston, gave up the New York. Finally, he landed here in Houston. And look at the Houston. There is no temple at all. He said, okay, this is the place I want to stay. So, Jie Buddha Temple is the first Buddhist temple in Texas. I think so, or Houston. Okay, so that's how he started to accomplish his ideal. He wants to teach people about the Buddhism, how to be a good person, how to purify the mind. And now, after years, now he retired, okay? And now he's someone younger, Venerable Hongyi, take over, okay? So here we are. Now I can see how a person can use this Dharma to his daily life and live very peacefully, calm, peaceful, and no argument with other people. Here is our retired abbot, Jinghai Fashi. He's really, if you get a chance, say hello to him. He's really, really a good Buddhist, okay? So here is this one, and it's difficult to meet a good and wise advisor. Look at this young monk. He wants to practice Bodhisattva and he has to walk over the India to find a teacher, and to be able to collect some, so be able to reach his goal. And so now let's take a look at the fifth one. It's difficult to reach and to teach and transform people according to their potential. This is hard. This is talking about you want to teach other people, you want to show other people, okay? It's not you are looking for a teacher. It's like you are the teacher and you want to teach, and you need to teach according to their potentials. This is even harder, okay? You need to be prepared. You need to have lots of kindness, patience, and of course, wisdom, okay? So here I give you this example from Buddha's time. You all know this Manganana, right? You all know him. He's the one super bending power. He's the top one. He's the number one. And he had two new disciples learning do the meditation. And after a while, his good friend is Sariputta, and checked with him. He said, how are they doing? And he said, no good. They don't do any improvement. No. So he said, okay, I teach this blacksmith to practice impurity. And I told this laundryman to practice observing breath. Shariputra listened to that. He said, exchange. Let the blacksmith to practice what? Counting the breath. And then the laundryman to do the impurity, right? When you every time you do the laundry, you wash, you want to clean it up. So think about the impurity, right? And the blacksmith always, they have to burn. Yeah, they have to have this fire. They need a fire, so always they have to use breathe, exhale, inhale, exhale, to allow him to count the breath. So he said, exchange the method. So he did. Before long, they both of them attend Arahant. So that's why you want to, because, Shariputra got this wisdom. If you are a laundryman, you do what you do, right? You clean the best stuff, clean the dirty stuff. So allow them to practice impurity. So it's much easier. It's correlated to each other. All right. So this story showed us, that you need to be able to understand who you are teaching and what is their background and what is their shortcoming, what's their strong point. So you will be able to guide them, especially for meditation. You got to know your student. For this gentleman, maybe he can do the counting the breath. And for this gentleman, maybe he's good at counting the breath too. But for that guy, no, he needs something else. You got to know this. So you yourself be a teacher. You want to be to show people how to do the meditation. You yourself needs to have all this knowledge, all these understandings, and you'll be able to see through everybody's. Maybe it's better if you have the Superman power. It's even better because you know what happened to them. What is their background? Easier. Buddha has this power, has this ability to know what kind of practice best for this person. He has the ability to do that, but not everybody. Nowadays, what we teach, everybody together, same method, same skill. We can only do this, right? It's better than nothing. To tell you the truth, better than nothing. Okay, but it's important if you want to practice meditation. If you pick up this method one, at least you need to practice for years. You need to put in your diligent practice. You need to do that. Try not to change from this method to from 1 to 2 and from 2 to 3. Allow yourself time to practice and practice. Be patient, okay? And then eventually maybe you'll be able to achieve whatever you want. Also, it's very, very important you find the right teacher, okay? It's very important. And so that's why in ABC, when we invite some master to come to show how to do the meditation, we always screen. We make sure this master has the right view, has the right practice, right teaching. Like Gavasi from Malaysia, right? And we will check, okay? Vero Hongi won't allow anybody they come in here to teach something is not Buddhism, okay? Out of traditional, it's not the right one. We won't allow those kind of people to come to teach. Okay, so if you come here, you want to learn, you don't worry, okay? Because our master will check their background, make sure they're coming here to teach the right thing, okay, to our comer. So see, either way, you be a teacher, you need to have all kinds of qualification, and so you'll be able to teach. And be a student, you want to be humble. Let me share with this about the attitude. In 19th century in Japan, there is this great Zen master, and everybody has high praise for this master. And here comes this professor. He's very proud of himself because he's very knowledgeable, and he's also very famous himself too. And he does not believe this Zen master is a good one. No, I don't think so. So he go to his temple. He want to check. He want to test him. Okay, so he got there, and this master invited him to have some tea. And you know Japan, they always have tea and flower and all those kind of stuff. And so he said, okay, sit down, have some tea. And their teacup is so small, right? You all know, everything is so small. The plate is small. When you go to Japanese restaurant, it's always just a little bit. Okay. So he just pour the tea into the cup. And pouring and pouring and pouring. And the professor, look at that. The tea is coming out. It's overflowing. But the master continued to pour. So finally he said, Master, the tea is overflowing. And the master says, you are like this cup. Okay, you are like this cup. You are full. You are full already. You come here, no matter what I say, you won't accept because you are full already. Totally full up. You get no space to put in whatever I want to say. So this professor gave up. He tested already. He got the result already, right? He see the result already right away. So he humbly, he want to follow this Zen master. Okay, so allow me to share with you these stories. Many are talking about if we want to learn Buddhism, what is our attitude should be, and how are we going to find a good one? How are we going to observe? And how can we help ourselves to practice some kind of good deeds, so we'll be able to live at least modest, okay, not poor, like you cannot even have one pant. So this sutra talk about in our daily life, what kind of situation, when especially there are so many difficulties, difficult time for our life, difficult time for even if you want to practice, you got no condition, you got no factors, you got no situation allow you to practice that. So you want to improve our life, then we want to really study the Buddhism and improve ourselves. At least we have clothes to wear. At least we have food to eat. We don't have to share a tent with your partners, right? That's just too bad. Okay, so share with you all this, so you'll be able to have a better life. Okay, in this life or future life, you got better chance to improve yourself. Okay, you want to share your stories? Yes, Stacy.
I'd like to share this story, the importance of getting close to your teacher and able to observe and learn from them. So I was traveling with Member Huey one time in China, and we were waiting somewhere. And this young man on a little bicycle, he sell ice cream. And he approached Member Huey for some damo. So it's full sun. Member Huey was talking to him, giving him about 30 to 40. Then the young man thanks Member Huey and he was on his way. And then all of a sudden, then Bohemian said, "Oh, you got hurry up, go buy some ice cream from him. You just spent 45 minutes talking to me." So he didn't have business for 45 minutes. So that kind of, the little thing kind of dawned on me that when you're compassionate with other people, it's all through your action. So of course we were chasing after this man who's on the bicycle. I was not successful. Just for the words.
I think he's considerate. Yeah, he's very considerate. Very considerate person. Okay, anybody else? Or any questions or any comments? You want to share your story?
Not really. No, the only comment I'll make, and thank you very much for your commentary on those. Looking at the entire list, though, it struck me that it's not necessarily a straight list of these are the 20 difficulties you'll have. It's just like, here's a bunch of examples, as if he'd been asked, how easy is it to find enlightenment, or whatever the question was. He said, well, it's difficult because you're going to have these types of problems. You're going to have this could happen, that could happen, that could happen. Because some of them, like it's difficult to be born in the time of the Buddha, or it's difficult to find the sutras is stuff that, if you're hearing this or you're reading this, you've overcome that difficulty already. So just by the fact that you've read this sutra. So for me, half of it seemed to be, yes, it's going to be difficult, but half of it was also appreciate where you are. You were born in the time that the Buddha's teachings are available. You do have access to the sutras or whatever else. So it was a mixture of not just these are the things to watch out for and these are the difficulties you're going to have, but also you've had difficulties, you've overcome them, appreciate where you are now and continue to accept that there is going to be difficulties in your path, but you will get over them. That was how I understood the broader 20 difficulties.
Thank you. You are right. In the very beginning, I said this 20 difficulty does not mean it's definitely difficult for everyone. Human beings are different. For you, it's difficult. For you, it's not. Okay? For you, it's easy. I can understand this. I can do this. For him, no, it's too difficult for me. So everyone is different. So just give us the 20 difficulties, but not everyone see this as difficult. For me, it's easy. It's not that difficult. But for you, this is difficult. So everyone is different, but it just give us this explanation why and how much you probably is going to have the difficulties. But if you read this and you understand how are you going to overcome it, it's not necessary to be difficult for everyone. Okay, so maybe more than 20. It's not just this 20. This is just an example. Maybe there are more than maybe 100, but he just give us the 20. And so maybe if you read this sutra, it just give you the example. This kind of situation, you're going to have you have to deal with this kind of difficult. Maybe you have ability, you know how to overcome this difficult. To you, it's not difficult at all. But for some people, I just cannot overcome it. So just to give you 20 examples, there must be more than 20. In our life, maybe could be hundreds of difficult. But every day we deal with our difficult and we conquer them. We overcome them. We live a happy life. See, but it's just give you the example. So I think appreciate your opinion. I agree. So I say it's not only the 20, it may be more than 20. We got a lot of difficulties and not necessarily including in these 20s. Okay, but hopefully everybody have a nice, peaceful life. Every day have a wonderful. You can put your Dharma, whatever you learn, into your daily life. Okay. Anybody else? Barbara?
I'm good right now. Thank you.
No problem. Richard?
I'm good too, thank you.
Okay, Judy.
Appreciate teaching, thank you. I'm good too.
Okay. Li Wen just come back from the 2 weeks retreat.
To me, I always appreciate the vulnerables or any teacher who I can still learn from. And I think not necessarily that we need to find just one teacher, but I think if we can have a few teachers that we can still learn from and find our own way, I think that's also like
Yes.
finding.
Yes. So remember the 53 reliance? He found at least 53, he visited at least 53 teachers.
And on the other hand, I know we are over time. I think maybe very shortly can share with us a little bit. How about from the vulnerable perspective? Like people look at you as role model, and people probably expect you to live up to the monastic life. And is there a pressure for the monastic member as well to always think that I need to live up to the standard? And how do you find balance between being your natural self and also living up to the standards of people's perception? Is it tough?
It's a good question.
Yes.
So I'll probably answer next time. I try, okay.
Actually, in that time, I once saw a fascia experience. He had a pet chicken. The pet chicken got eaten by a snake. I saw him that morning. He was so sad. And I said, so fascias still have feelings? He said, yes, but we don't hold them. You let them go, and that was a great learning experience.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for sharing, because still human being, we got these feelings. Yeah. If we want to talk about someone is enlightened like Shakyamuni Buddha, do you think when he saw this, what his response will be? You guess.
I have no, I never thought of it that way.
Li Wen, what will Buddha respond to this loss of the life of this chicken? The chicken got killed. Anybody wants to try?
Probably use it as an example to teach some kind of lesson, I would think.
Yes. He won't have this kind of feeling, showing the sadness or whatever. No, he still be very, very calm, but he's not like a stone.
Right.
He's not like, he still won't be like a stone. Oh, no. He will say, okay, this is really a sad story, but this is the life. He will show people this is the impermanent. This is what we call the situation like this happened, it happens. Now we just have to accept this fact, and we need to go on.
But so often it feels like there's the assumption of others that the fascists are stone.
It's not, Buddhism does not want anybody to be like a stone, no feeling at all. No, that's not right. You have feeling, but you don't feel like you cling to your sadness, you cling to your happiness. This is sad, this is happiness, but then that's it. Okay, so you won't be like a stone. No, it's not like a statue here. Okay, I have no feeling at all. No, it won't be like that. Still a human being, but you over the stage of you have this crying, laughing, like the other few minutes ago. I think I heard someone is crying in the back. And of course, we know someone maybe lost their family, they lost their loved ones. That's why they are so sad. But allow them the time to weep, allow them to do that. Try not to always tell people, stop crying, don't cry. Allow them to do something, allow them to feel sad and let go and after that and go on. Okay? You got to let them do something so they will be able to let it go. You cannot just put in there and just cover it up. No, it won't work that way. Okay. Anything else? Thank you. This gentleman. I know his story. He's a great guy. And I encourage him to write a book about his life. But I don't think he wants to do that. And he's such a private person. He's a private person. But he did a great job in his time. He has a lot of hardship, to put it that way. But I think he did a great job and he overcome that, and he has wonderful children and successful young men. So I really happy for him. But look at him, his stone face. Look at him, his stone face. But in real life, he really did a wonderful job. He's a great. He got a big heart. Really accept a lot of things and just keep on going and do whatever he needs to do. So just to let you guys know, he is not like what he looks. Look at his face. I thought I said something, I offended him. That's why he always like a stone. But after I listened to his story, I thought, oh, such a good guy, a wonderful guy. So you really cannot judge anybody. You really cannot judge anyone. Everybody got their own story, wonderful story. So he's another teacher, We listen to him, he showed, the life sometimes it could be like this. Good. This young lady, I haven't heard her say anything yet. Is it possible you can just say something?
I didn't have a story. I have a lot of, I'm just taking in a lot about, I would say I long for a teacher, a mentor. I was a wise person that I feel I want to be around more. I know I long for that. But also I really like what Sam said about learning opportunities are abundant in your daily experience if you're paying attention, like that so many things can be your teacher. So I try to bring that to my experiences. I'm not at all perfect at it.
Okay, so maybe yes.
What I really appreciate this morning is that you are attempting to find out what people need. You're in some way you're asking questions. That's all.
Okay, thank you. We get together, it's a chance we get together for this life. We never know what this will last, how long it's going to last. We really don't know. And everything could change. So we really want to precious this chance when we got together. And here we talk about our life, and we want to share with other people whatever we know, whatever we have, okay? So try to be open-minded. It's okay. No one is going to say anything. After when we finish this discussion, when we go out of this store, that's it. We don't talk too much about individuals, their background. We want to be private too. Okay, I think that's what we should. Okay, So when we talk, we will talk about, okay, what happened to me and I want to share with you. But when we go out of this door, that's it. We agree? Yeah, we don't want to spread anything, We don't gossip, okay? So that's our attitude should be. That's why people won't have to worry. Well, if I say this, everybody is going to gossip behind me. I'm this, and nobody wants to share anything with anybody. So that's not good. Okay. So let's just make our rule. Okay. When we get out of this door, that's it. Okay.
Thank you very much. I think we should wrap up. Thank you.
Time's up, huh? All right. Time's up.